Yo, what up, Street Dogs? Eric Kim. Alright, so some more turbo thoughts for y'all. So the basic idea is this. From photography, art, and so forth, are we trying to imitate reality or are we trying to do something else? So let me just kind of stream my thoughts and ideas. So first and foremost, like as a photographer, I've kind of shot it all, and I've also done different forms of photography. And as a consequence, one of my biggest the things I'm actually quite interested in is like so for example, I'm shooting this video in intelligent auto mode, and the Lumix camera or sensor or system, it optimizes the skin tones, whatever. So in terms of all the cameras I personally use, this is the most like true to life camera that I personally use in terms of skin tones and so forth. So the question then comes, what do we want? Do we want our artwork to look real to life, or do we want it to look like, you know, something else? So with black and white, we kind of really want to intentionally abstract reality, and we want to make it look like something else. And even with some types of color processing or shooting film, you don't actually want it to look like reality. You want to abstract reality, and you want to make it look like something different. Now, one of the good things about shooting film, or you know, to apply a vintage filter or shoot black and white, is perhaps our memories are best stimulated when it doesn't look like actual, like real life, because when your photos look too real life, then your brain might look at it and think, oh, okay, you know, I know what that looks like, I know what that is. But when your photos are a little more obscure, like, you know, scratched or dusty, or there's fade and the colors are weird, it does evoke more of a feeling of a memory. And so maybe in that regard, the memory side of things of photography is quite unique and interesting. So that's the first thing with photos, is how does the processing of your photos affect your memories? And at least for myself, so I've been actually enjoying shooting intelligent auto mode a lot more recently, because I kind of like how in some ways it takes a little bit more skill, or it's a little bit more difficult to make reality look interesting in a photograph or a video or whatever, without being able to use, you know, extreme post-processing or filters and stuff like that. Not to say that filters and post-processing are bad, but it just becomes a kind of a new type of challenge. So the whole like make interesting photos that are artistic without using filters, I think is kind of an interesting one. I mean, I think one thing I've said in the past is the future of photography is going to be kind of a difference between memory augmentation and just art creation, kind of more like art for art's sake kind of thing. Because, you know, I do tend to think that photography is very artistic and beautiful. And even when I look at statues, I kind of like statues that don't look like real life, that are a little bit more, you know, abstract. And so maybe the good thing with abstract things is that it stimulates and it stirs our imagination and our creativity more, which actually might be a good thing, because maybe the point of photos and art is for us to love life more and be more inspired by life. So maybe so then maybe the question then is, when it comes to your aesthetics, how you shoot the photos, what type of aesthetic where you can maximize your beauty of your photos and show joy of life and being alive?